I think it went pretty good. It was very intense, but I had a lot of fun too. Like, got the first minutes on the court too against another team. That was fun, so I enjoyed it.
I was asking Pascal this, the pace of the game. You know, everybody talks about it and they say you got to be ready for it. But when it actually hits you, how did you feel the pace of the game? How do you feel you reacted to the pace of the game?
It's kind of crazy. Like, no matter how many times they tell you, you still, like, you got to experience to actually, like, get used to it, I guess, and learn from it. For me, it was a little crazy at first, but after a couple of minutes, it already went a little bit easier. Like, it's a process, and I just got to get used to it.
Paul and I called the game on the radio, and one thing we noticed was as the game went on and you got more comfortable out there, the things you were doing might not be stat sheet stuffers, but there were things that showed that you were kind of getting acclimated to the pace of the game. Is that more kind of how you feel your role on this team?
I think so, yeah. It's not always about, like, who scores the most points and stuff. Like, we got enough guys on our team that are going to score the points for us. I feel like I'm just going to try and be a defensive presence out there, try and guard the pick and roll as good as possible against these fast guards. It's going to be a challenge, so that's what I'm going to try and do.
Jakob, how are you handling the constant physicality of the game? You know, in the college game, it can be physical a little bit. The referees are going to let you play more in this league. It's more physical. How do you feel you handled that?
Again, I'm trying to get used to it. It, like, sucks a little bit. It sucks the energy out of you if you always have to battle these big guys. But I feel like once I played a couple of games, like a couple of months into the season, it's going to be a lot easier. And then as I get stronger, it's going to get a lot easier also. So I just look at it as a process.
Pascal talked a little bit about the wow factor because he gets out there and guy gets the ball and he squares up and he looks, he's guarding Kevin Durant. Is there anything that caught you in that sense where you said, hey, wait a minute, I'm on the floor with Golden State. These guys were in the finals last year.
No, it's crazy. Like, you just go out there and you think it's a regular game. All of a sudden you look around and you got all these guys around you that you watched on TV last year in the finals, and it's a little bit of a crazy feeling, but I feel like you got to get over that. You got to look at it as a regular basketball game, just like we played in college, and doesn't even matter where on the playground. Really, it makes no difference. Just play your game.
Does it help having guys like, or how much does it help having guys like Lowry and DeRozan that are all-stars too on your team, where you can look at them and say, well, wait a minute, I belong here. I'm playing with some all-stars against some all-stars.
Yeah, it definitely helps. It was a similar feeling the first practice when these guys, like, stepped on the court. It was like, whoa, these guys just played at the Olympics. Like, it's a little crazy, but yeah, it's a process, like I said.